Okay, students, we're going to look at a couple of more examples, and then we'll go ahead and do a couple of our own, and then I will give you your homework. So here's example number 2. What's interesting about this is you need to notice that here is a line for temperatures. The dot plot shows the recorded high temperatures for 6 days in Little Rock, Arkansas. Find the mean, again, which is the average temperature. So with this, you have to remember that yes, you count each one of these items of data and total that data, but what you need to remember is you have 2 of them that are 45, so you need to add this twice. So depending on how many pieces of data you have on each line, on each temperature, that's what you would add. But in this case, we only have 1 extra. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to work that one out right here. Okay, and actually they've already worked it for you, but I'd like to do it again. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add 45 twice plus 45. I have a 47. Put this up a little bit. 47 plus 49 plus 50 plus 52. Okay, so excuse me, I'm going to go ahead and put that line here, and then right now I'm going to go ahead and count my data too. So I have 45 and 45. I'm going to go ahead and add this up with the calculator here. 45 plus 45 plus 47 plus 49 plus 50 plus 52 equals 288. Okay, so I will go ahead and put 288 over here. Whoops. Okay, so how many pieces of data do I have? Let's see, let me make this clearer here. 288. There we go. I have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pieces of data. This is my data set. That's the total. I have a total number of 6 pieces. I'm going to take that and divide it by 288. Divided into 6 divided into 288 is 48. So when you look at this again, if we're going to use a real life example, a real world example, what they're saying is that this dot plot is the temperature for the last 6 days. Okay, the dot plot shows a recorded high temperature for 6 days. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then that one is 6. So what we just found out is we just figured out that the average temperature in Little Rock for those 6 days was 48. Not 52, not 45, 48. It's pretty cool. And if you notice that literally though, that 48 too, it like kind of falls right in the middle. So it's the average. It's pretty neat. That's what's neat about dot plots. So let's go ahead and try to do this one ourselves right here. Let's do this read. So I have the dot plot shows the number of books Deanna read each week of a reading challenge. So this was a reading challenge. Find the mean number of books she read. So we have 0, there's none there. There's 1 here, none in 2. There are 3 here, and then we have 2 following under number 4. So let's go ahead and do that. So we have, and I'm going to actually add them up, 1 plus, how many 3s? We have 3 of them. 1, 2, 3. 2 4s. 4, 4. All right. So we have 3, 6, 9, 10, and 4 are 18. So we have a total of 18 books that she read for the book challenge. How many pieces of data do we have? Well, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 pieces of data. We just take that, divide it, and if you know your multiplication, this is basic math facts, students. What number times 6 gives you 18? 3. So, she reads an average of 3 books a week. And there you go. And that's your answer. An average of 3 books a week. Okay, this example I find to be very interesting because if you notice, they have all the data. However, they have a missing piece here. So let's read the question. The number of minutes Marielle spent talking on her cell phone each month for the past 5 months. So we have each month, there's 5 for the past 5 months. And these are the pieces of data. Okay, so there's a suppose, so it looks like we're going to probably do an approximate or estimate. So suppose the mean for 6 months was 532. So they've given us the mean. They've taken all these and averaged it out. How many minutes did she talk on her cell phone during the 6 months? So we need to figure out what this amount is here, okay? If the mean is 532, that means the total number of all of these, not including this one, so it's all of these, including that, but we don't know what it is. The sum of the 6 pieces of data must be 532 times 6, or 3,192. You can create a bar. So I'm going to give you a chance to look at this and view it and think about how they got that 542 as that answer there.
Okay, students, did you figure it out? Even though they gave you the information here, right here they're telling you the total number is 3,192. Okay, they're telling you the mean is 532. So we're trying to find the last data that goes in here. So you total all of these and you get 2,650 when you total all 5 of these. You take this total 2,650 and you subtract it from the 332. So when you do that, even though they've done it for you, I'll already show you, you take the 3, let me grab another piece of paper here. I'll go ahead and use this. Okay, you take the 3,000, which they have right up here, right there. You take the 3,192 and you subtract the total number you got for this data set. So you're going to total those. Make sure you total them. Make sure you have the right answer. Even though they give it to you, we're going to do it anyway. 4 plus 502 plus 486 plus 690 plus 478 equals 2,650. I'm going to take that number and subtract it from this total that they gave us up here. 92 minus 2650 equals 542. So this missing piece of data is 542. Now we could check our work by doing the mean information here. So we know that 2,650 plus 542 is 3,192. 3,192 divided now by the 6 data. and that's 532. So we're correct. Excellent. Okay, students, let's go ahead and do a couple on our own here. So the dot plot shows a number of beads. So we have 1 at 5, 1, 2, 3 at 7, and 2 at 8. Remember, you need to count the dots above each item. So there's 3 7s, 1 5, and 2 8s. And 2 8s. Let's go ahead and total those. 5 plus 7 plus 7 plus 7 plus 8 equals 42. We count the number of data pieces, items that we have. We have 4, 5, 6. Excuse me, I'm sorry. That is a 6. So 6 divided into 42 is 7. So we have, the dot plot shows the number of beads sold. The average number of beads they sold were 7. And that's also called, whoops, I apologize. There we go. 7, also known as the mean. Okay, so we just took those total numbers. Right here, this particular problem has all your numbers here. The table shows the greatest depths of 4 of the 5 oceans in the world. If the average greatest depth is 8,094 kilometers, what is the greatest depth? So we don't know what this is. We just know what the average depth is. So if you remember how we did that, the table shows the 4 oceans in the world. If the average greatest depth is 8,094, what is the greatest depth of the Southern Ocean? I'm going to let you think about that. Okay, so let's go ahead and find out what is the depth of this southern area here. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use, relook at this example here that they told us right here. Even though they gave us this total, we need to figure out how they got that total. So when you look up here and you read this, it says if the mean is 532, which they've given us, the sum of the 6 pieces of data must be 532 times 6. So you would take the mean that they give you and that you have to get this 3192. So if we look at this one right here, it's telling us that our average is 8.094. So let's go ahead and do the average is 0.094. That's what they're saying, but we don't know what this southern part is yet. And we go ahead and how many pieces of data would we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We multiply this times the number of data. Okay, so let's go ahead first and get that. .094 times 5 equals 47. So that's what they're saying is the total. So that would be the total of all of these. So if I was to take all of these right here and put Pacific, Atlantic, Indian, Arctic. I'm going to just abbreviate. and then Southern is the one we're looking for. Okay, so here is 1092, 922, 746, and 5. So we're saying that this 40 is this 80.094 times 5, because that's the total number of data set. So we get 40.47. We're trying to solve for this. Let's total these four. We have 10.92 plus 9.22 plus 7.46 plus 5.63 equals 33.23. So we take that number and we subtract it from here. 40 minus 33.23 equals 7.24. So we are saying that this is 7.24. All right. 5 pieces of data. So now let's total these right here, because this is the average that they told us it was. 92 plus 9.22 plus 7.46, because right now we're checking our work, plus 5.63, 24 equals 4047 divided by 5. 8094. So we were correct. So remember, this number here is the average that they give you. Number is when we add these, because this part's missing. So you always take the average step that they give you, or the average mean. If you're looking for the missing number, or you're looking for missing data, you go ahead and you take the average number of data that you have. So in this case, you had 1. You include this one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's where I got that at. 8094 times 5 gave me the 4047. So that would be the total of all of. Okay, so now I take that 4047 and I subtracted the total of these right here. That's what I did. And then I got the missing link, which was this one. Piece of data. And what's interesting is I checked my work by totaling all of these, dividing them just regular way with the finding the mean, totaling all of these and dividing that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to go back to this number again, which divided by the 5 gives you this number. And that's the data set. So to recap, when you do the mean, you total the number of you total the data itself, and then you take the data, the number, divide it. So if you have a total of 800 and there are 10 pieces of data, 800 divided by 10, your average would be 80. Okay, so remember, probably the most difficult part was where you have the missing data. If all else fails, look at this video again, and also look at this example that they've given us. I'll go ahead and I'll leave you with this right here, which I think was a very good example. This is very important to read right here. Okay? Excellent. Thank you, students.